map number 1 of the quarterfinals.
All right, let's do this. Playoff weekend here on Contenders Season 0. Everything gearing up towards Contenders Season 1. All the teams you'll see today in Europe are already in Contenders Season 1, so the pressure's off a little bit, but there's still a $50,000 prize pool on the line. There's still seeding, I believe, to be decided here. So still a lot to play for sure. And these guys, of course, like we mentioned earlier, they want to look good. They know those the teams that are going to be part of Overwatch League later this year are looking for players. We don't know what those teams are going to be yet, but if you're a player, you want to look as good as you can right now to give yourself the best chance to be on one of those teams.
Yeah, speaking of that, Diva Unfixed will be playing it, so eUnited going for a 2-2-2 here to start things off.
Yeah.
And we've seen, you know, here on Village, an increasing number of Pharah picks, which aren't my favorites, generally speaking. And looks like we're going to see pretty much mirror compositions coming out for this first point.
Yeah, your pretty standard 2-2-2 dive that we've seen in Control and pretty much every other map lately. Genji Tracer package, of course, as the fight begins on the high ground. Kolsti playing a little bit safe, now diving in. Ooh, finds a vulnerable Zenyatta, but oh, he doesn't quite make the jump. He might have been able to get a kill there. Either way, Swoosh trying to take names, but the kills are coming in for eUnited early on. They might get a little bit of early control here.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the jump in from Kolsti on the Winston, had to disengage because the Discord orb was on him. A little bit dicey to get in there. And the frontline dive working a lot better. United playing around the Winston and following up on the engage of Sherrick.
Yeah, I wonder if there's maybe a little bit of a communication issue there. Kolsti kind of going in on his own.
Yeah,
one wonders.
Yeah, it did look a little bit awkward on that dive to start things off. You can see Sherrick just playing the angles right now, making sure that nobody's going to be getting through that door. At least he can poke people with the lightning gun. And Movistar Riders backing up, trying to figure out where the vulnerable point in the defense is. Logic's doing a little bit of damage, getting some pulse bomb charge there, but not enough. And here we go.
Yeah, Sherrick trying to hold the door, but that was not a Game of Thrones resin, by the way. That was completely accidental. New season coming soon. I'm excited. I know you are too. Swoosh, meanwhile, back to the game. Backing away. Kolsti does find a kill on Cruz, so one Genji out of the way, but he's going to fall right afterwards. United still everybody up for the moment, and it looks like they're not going to have too much trouble holding this. Yeah, Valuetaya doing this thing on Tracer, finishing off the stragglers. And you know, we talked about a lot of members at eUnited, but man, Valuetaya has always been a standout player and still showing that today.
Yeah, he picked up the initial kill there for Kolsti, but right. Kolsti's getting separated from his team a little bit too much and focused down. eUnited playing a very defensive zone control style right now where they're pulling back, waiting for that engage. And Logic's still lurking around the side, trying to get that flank right now. But it's going to be hard with the Diva right on top of the Zenyatta. Finally finds an angle, but the defense matrix is there.
Ooh, he's low, and he didn't have a pulse bomb to just run in there and do like a little surgical strike either. So that's a tough moment for Logix. They're going to have to reset again, it looks like. It's eUnited with all 6 ultimates, and they've been doing such a good job of building up this kind of unassailable defense with all these ultimates, not really using anything frivolously. Great start for eUnited here.
Well, they're not giving any angles for Movistar Riders to work with. They're popping around the side with the Tracer, but with the positioning of the Zenyatta and the Diva as it is, makes it very difficult. Self-destruct starting to come in.
All right, one used there. Unfixed ditches his ultimate. Valuetaya coming here on the side, trying to find a kill that Lucio. Has to go after Swoosh instead as the action moves over to the point. There's a Transcendence coming out from Boombox, trying to keep everybody up. Movistar Riders has built a lot of control meter there as they try to flip it. Logic's getting a couple kills. Maybe they've got an opportunity here. And eUnited, they may just want to, okay, so they'll just let this one go. Movistar Riders rather, does take it. They will get some control percent going. But eUnited has all the time in the world to come back in this one.
Yeah, late Transcendence, and I think an early Primal Rage from Sherrick there to start things off. That was one of the situations where eUnited, they got to 99% sitting on 6 ultimates. So after you zone out with the Diva self-destruct, if you don't do much more than that, better to save. They're still in a good position in terms of their ult economy, and that's going to be Cruz coming in with a Dragon Blade.
Oh yeah, looking for targets, not really finding a lot to work with. Cutting away at that Diva, but not desuiting her quite yet. Swoosh does go down in the end. Both Genji's out of commission. Valuetaya has a Sunbear, throws out the Pulse Bomb. No kills with that one. They're going to try to retake the point anyway, though. Transcendence, though, from Dante. Trying to keep his team up, doing a pretty good job of it so far. United, this engage looked a little bit scattered, and yeah, they're going to pay for it. They got to back away, and now you start to get a little bit worried, right? Because Movistar Riders up to about 50% right now.
Yeah, Kolsti actually just found Cruz on that Dragon Blade and zoned him out of the entire engagement. So coming back and finally providing some presence on the map to disable one of the DPS ultimates. And Industrial also holds on to his self-destruct, so he will be able to remech, and it looks like we're probably going to a 99-99.
Seems that way. Yeah, eUnited still with some time to try to come back. Oh, but losing Shriek like that, that's going to slow everything down. eUnited definitely starting to get a bit concerned now at this point.
Dante's taken out though, so it's a solid start. eUnited will have the faster reinforcements.
Oh, Dante, he wasn't even supposed to come in today. Transcendence from Boombox are going to go in. Had to try to survive the assault by Logix. The team's going to try to follow. Pulse Bomb not accomplishing a whole lot, but they are on the point right now, building up that control meter to try to flip it back. Logic diving in, going after Shriek again a little bit. There's a self-destruct. Colsty going to block a little bit of that with the Winston bubble. The fight going to 99-99. We're in overtime right now. Movistar Riders, if they can force eUnited off, they'll take Village. Trying to do it unfixed back in there in the Diva, but he's kind of on his own right now as Valentine goes down. Desuited, de-lifed, and OT ticking down. Shriek comes back with the Primal Rage. They're not done quite yet, but it's still looking like Movistar Riders here is going to be able to secure this one. Yeah, that's going to be it. Movistar Riders coming back from 0 to 99. To take Village.
Well, it's really confusing from eUnited because they started out looking so disciplined in terms of their ult economy, slowly building up to all 6 at 99, but then over-investing them on that defense. They got greedy. They wanted to end at 99-0, but sometimes you have to just lose those points gracefully at the end so that you can come back, force Movistar Riders to retake using as many ults as possible, and then eUnited shows up with 4, 5, or 6 to go ahead and retake. And that just didn't happen.
Like during that big first fight that eUnited lost the point in, I thought they were just going to back off and let him have it. I was like trying to say it. I was like, they're going to let him have it, right? And they didn't really. They kind of fought for it tooth and nail and used up everything they had. So they pay for it. We're moving on to Shrine right now. eUnited going to try to tie this one up on Nepal, see if they can do it. Looks like compositions are going to be the same as round number 1.
And nobody really diversifying here. Swoosh at least going to the flank, trying to get those long-range shurikens down off the side, but playing with the pillars, not really going to find a whole lot. Does get a slight ding on the headshot.
Swoosh gunning for that Nike sponsorship, apparently.
Is that what he's doing?
So he's working on it. It's like, I'm Swoosh, guys, come on. Whoa, Colsty taken down by some combined fire finish off of Valataya, and eUnited going to take that point first.
And he was playing really far up while his shield was on cooldown.
I feel like we've seen this before.
Yeah.
A little bit of reminiscent of round 1.
Yeah, they did actually fix the positioning issues that they were having as the round went on, and Colsty was able to get some crucial kills onto the DPS players of eUnited, but it's, like you say, it has been mostly sort of a story of him being separated from his team or not knowing where the defensive cooldowns are to protect him.
Yeah, almost a tale of 2 Winstons on this Nepal, and like how close or far away they might be from their team at a given time. Valataya taking the high ground. See if he can make a difference here as Movistar Riders tries to come in from the side, up the stairway. Swoosh going in behind. Valataya has to back up for a moment. Nearly got that pulse bomb. He has it now. Logix uses his, doesn't get anything out of it though. eUnited trying to play this one safe, just backing off, taking that safer positioning on the outside. Logix trying to flank and force the Transcendence out because of that. Morte still has that sound barrier, so they've still got those support ults to sustain themselves with. Valataya finally starting to make some headway in the kills department. Cruz nearly has that Dragon Blade. Movistar Riders on the point right now, but eUnited with an opportunity to come back in after this Transcendence ends. See if they can. Cruz getting a couple. Yeah, that might be it. Eliminates Dante, and there we go. I think that was a really well-played fight by eUnited.
It was. Excellent discipline on the ultimate. Boombox managed to have the Transcendence first, so they went ahead and popped it early on to cover a deep attack there into the front line by Valataya. And even though Swoosh has it up first, countered instantly by Morty's sound barrier, and then Cruz gets his up during the sound barrier and cleans up the fight. So one by one, deliberate ult usage by eUnited, and they're going to stick it back up to 99.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Gonna get it there. Valataya still has that pulse bomb in reserve. Neptuno actually gets right-click kill on Morty rather. Well, the Diva was already kind of coming apart, so I don't know if that was the greatest pulse bomb ever, but either way, eUnited getting the kills they need to secure this point. It looks like they'll be able to tie up Nepal if they can just finish off these stragglers. Boombox does go down. Maybe not the biggest concern. And yeah, as OT ticks away, that is going to be 99-0 on Shrine for eUnited.
eUnited really cleaning up their ult economy between map 1 and map 2. That
much cleaner game.
That was much cleaner from them, closing it out in a more conservative fashion, not committing too many ultimates at the same time. So seems like they've made an adjustment moving forward in terms of their shot calling, and Movistar Riders, you know, getting to 99-0 twice in a row, not having a lot of luck on these initial engagements. So I need to be a bit more cautious about how they're approaching the point and making sure they don't get picked off first.
Yeah. We're moving on to Sanctum. A chance for one of these teams to take the lead on Nepal. And eUnited, you know, there was that sort of panic that we saw at the end of the first round on Village, where they got very scattered. Didn't see any of that on Shrine. Looked very, very good. See if they can keep it up for Sanctum now, as we come into the high ground fight that we nearly always see on this point. eUnited taking a bit of a defensive position here. They don't want to lose a whole lot. They don't want to give up a lot of ult percentage early on. Movistar Riders going to dive in, though. They really want to take the aggressive angle on this, it looks like. Maybe back off the point a little bit when that unlocks. Just 5 seconds now.
Yeah, and they're going back to the triple DPS look that they've shown for a lot of contenders thus far, and trying to play with the high ground soldier with their dive. But Movistar Riders isn't giving them a lot of opportunities to get that soldier on the opposite side of the point, and they...
Oh, close call. Nearly got booped there. They don't want to let him take it. A lot of control meter built up for Movistar Riders, but eUnited back in there again. Valutaya with the kill on the Colsty. Morty trying to stay alive on the point. It's so close, but it's falling away, and eUnited, wow, they played that so patiently, and in the end, they're going to get rewarded with another early take.
Notice how they cut off all escape routes for Colsty too. Valutaya in the upper part of the map, so Winston could not jump up safely. Had the Lucio and the Winston on the bottom side on the enemy team, and the Tracer up top. So very deliberate after Swoosh went down to the Helix rocket. Cleanup from eUnited.
You know, early on, it was kind of some positioning with Colsty, but now, you know, eUnited, like you said, just doing a good job of separating and isolating him from his team. Swoosh does go down early again. Dante finds a kill, 1 for 1. As the teams battle over the point, Logix has that pulse bomb. Ooh, going for the Tracer v Tracer, but Valutaya had the health pack there. Yeah, that's not going to be one that you want to keep fighting. They're going to try to get on the point, maybe. Valutaya coming in from behind, got a little bit of Lucio support now. And Movistar Riders, are they just going to be able to flip it? Ooh, it's so close. eUnited trying to hold on to it. They nearly got it right there, but now Shriek back on the point again. There's a pulse bomb. Did he get him? Oh, Primal Rage negates a lot of that damage. And now with the Transcendence coming in, Movistar Riders, a lot of desperation. Cisco Fever, oh, goodbye. Dante getting booped off the edge during his ultimate. Not something Movistar Riders really want to see happen. They do flip the point anyway, though. eUnited may have given them a little bit too much time on that one, huh?
And crucially right there, Swoosh got the Dragon Blade kill on Cruz when Cruz's ultimate was already up. That should have been a fight that eUnited took. But they didn't actually actively commit the ultimates too much first, and there's not really an excuse here for Cruz because he was trying to play it safe, but he had the ult charge advantage on Genji versus Genji throughout most of this because Swoosh died twice very quickly in the early parts of the map to allow Cruz to catch back up in that ult percentage. Still doesn't make it, gets picked off, and now eUnited in a retake scenario.
I feel like we're kind of seeing the entire range from eUnited today, right? Where now they've gone from aggressive to neutral to now a little bit too passive. Trying to bring it back again. Cruz does have that Dragon Blade, but can't get anything accomplished with it. They do not... Oh, they do actually manage to flip the point back. Wow, how'd they do that? Just snuck in there and took it.
Well, they zoned out the tanks with the Dragon Blade because they had to protect the supports, so it did allow them to at least get onto the point, but the commitment was the Sound Barrier and was the Dragon Blade, so it did the work necessary. And now they're retaking. You know, Cruz hasn't had the big kill Dragon Blade so far, but that one was significant in that it just pushed Movistar right off the point.
Yeah. You can say zoning ult is a joke, but in that case, it really was. It was a zoning ultimate. It was good, in a good way.
I think he could have had a little bit better positioning because he started the Dragon Blade sort of next to the Diva and the tank line as opposed to the supports, but...
Let me have this now. Just let me have it.
It worked.
All right, there we go, thank you. Sharik working for him, gets 2 kills, both supports out of the way already via the Winston. Swoosh trying to bring it back though with the Dragon Blade. Very low health though. Manages to stay alive for the moment, but may get pounded to death by the monkey. Blocking the damage, it doesn't matter. eUnited gonna take Sanctum anyway with that flip. Dante contemplating by the spawn what he's gonna do next round because eUnited up 2-1.
And they've looked a lot better. Again, I think it was a bit of a shaky early round, but Movistar Riders, a victory for them here in a best-of-5 because they've had rather middling results on Hybrid, Assault, and Escort, and Control was their outstanding map type during the group stage. And I think that if we don't see Movistar Riders win both Control maps in this best-of-5, they have a very low shot of winning. So yeah, definitely will be helping eUnited out if they can take this early lead, because they're going to go into map types that they've been pretty darn good at in comparison to their opponents.
Well, we're moving back onto Shrine as well, which is the round that eUnited won before Sanctum. So they got to feel pretty good coming into this one. Movistar Riders on the other side, maybe they've learned, maybe they've got the strats this time to take the win and not get 99-0 on this point. Balataya on the point early on as the team mix it up a bit. Back to the 2-2-2s for both sides. D.Va once again in for eUnited, unfixed on that instead of the Soldier 76. Balataya trying to find those flanks, being very evasive. And this is a little bit more aggressive look on the point than we've seen from eUnited on earlier ones in Nepal here. They got on there fast. They're
still playing mostly as sort of a defensive ball composition here. We've seen longer flanks from Movistar Rider trying to assassinate the supports.
There you go.
But for the most part, eUnited's been focusing the Orb of Discord on the enemy Winston and D.Va and trying to clean up the front line first.
No kill on that pulse bomb from Logix. Movistar Riders did manage to flip the point right back again. Only 5% built up for eUnited. So a little bit different intro to this round than we've seen.
Well, finally, Logix was able to have that successful flank. In previous circumstances, he's been focused down, or he hasn't been able to get the angle because Unfixed has been there with the defensive matrix blocking a lot of that damage. This time, Morty is found alone, however, and that makes the big difference. The pickoff working for them on this iteration of Shrine.
All right, Pulse Bomb. Going to take down Neptuno. I believe D.Va got desuited there too as Swoosh comes in looking for some victims. United off to a strong start though. Maybe forced off here. We'll see. It's a little bit scattered here. Boombox does get the kill on the Logic, and man, that always feels good to kill Tracer Zenyatta. That warms my heart, man. He's going to come right in with the Transcendence, try to help United flip this thing back. Colsey does get the kill in the end though, and United struggling a little bit. They've nearly got the control meter to flip it. And it looks like they might be able to do it if they can just take out Neptuno. They do. Destro still on the point on that D.Va. Really hard to deal with. And Kolste's still nearby with a bit of help left on that Winston. Fix grabs a kill on the opposing D.Va, but they do manage to flip it back finally. So United, it's still a brawl, but they've got the control percent building at least.
And Cruz held on to his Dragon Blade throughout all of that engagement here.
Seeing the replay here.
Yeah, denied Lucio coming through as we saw, trying to break it down, couldn't quite get it off before getting killed. And I mean, that's huge. So Cruz, again, dying early to Swoosh. Swoosh has been doing a great job of keeping track of when Cruz has the Dragon Blade available and targeting him first. But then the problem was Movistar Riders committed their support ults too early and got wiped.
Well, Cruz coming in with the Dragon Blade now takes down Swoosh first for a little bit of revenge, finds another target as well, and eUnited looks like they're going to be able to hold on to the point for a while at least. Destro coming in, using that ultimate. Probably not going to find anyone with that, though. I thought I might have cursed someone by saying that, but it came true. It was okay.
It did allow Logix to find Unfixed, but quickly booped to death by Morty.
Yeah, it's still the numbers advantage for eUnited, so they'll be building up. Probably be able to tie the percentage for Movistar pretty soon.
Yeah, Movistar Rider, so Swoosh taken out early, so Cruz, even though he used the Dragon Blade later, is able to build a higher percentage once again. They're going to have to play very well around their support ultimates coming up, but if Balataya can get one Pulse Bomb pick before that happens, it should be a win here for eUnited.
That's the idea. As the control meter builds up for Movistar Riders. Gotta get back on the point, though.
Dante's dead. Balataya found him, so there's no trance.
He got the D-suit onto Destro with that, too, so it might as well be 2 kills. Boombox coming in with the Transcendence now. Logic has the Sound Barrier, has the Pulse Bomb, looking for the kill on the Boombox. It's the duel. Oh, we got him in the end. That was close, though. Cruz coming in with the Dragon Blade, and nobody is really able to stop him. So eUnited up to 99 again. This is their chance to take the map right here. Ooh, they nearly got it, too. Dante keeping things alive for the moment with the Transcendence. Logic still on the point for the moment, but it's looking pretty overwhelming for eUnited here.
It absolutely is, and they needed that transcendence from
Dragon
Dante,
Blade.
but he got picked off. Switch's going to have to do work, but he's going to get cut down by Cruz in the end.
Yeah, it got Morty. You wondered if it was maybe going to go farther, but in the end, it looks like it's just a stream of reinforcements trying to keep the point alive, and all the kills on the eUnited side. They will take Nepal.
Real improvement there from eUnited over that ult control. Decisive after, I think, fumbling the first point, coming back and getting the 3 wins directly afterwards. And Cruz doing a good job. We don't see Genji's whole Dragon Blades that long, but in this case, really worked out.
Yep. Some easy targets for this guy as we check out the play of the game. And good start for eUnited, and a worrisome start for Movistar Riders. You know, coming into this now, finally defeated on Control in this tournament.
This is a momentous occasion in this event. and of course, Cruz Dragon Blades, they looked really good. If I had to judge them against Swooshes, Swooshes just wasn't able to find as much payment with those. But the story that I want to tell with this is eUnited, they were playing conservatively calculated Lee. Nailed it. And the way that they were doing that is they were forcing engages out of Movistar by pushing up the front line, and then as soon as the engage came out, they would back off until, especially, you know, like you get a Winston out of position, you get a Discord on him, and then they were able to roll that into fights. And the one time that they lost a point was really just mismanagement of ultis.
Huge mismanagement. That was kind of an embarrassing blunder, honestly, for eUnited there. But you're absolutely right. And even though a lot of these maps we were seeing mirror compositions, they were not being played in the same way. Logix was going for the long flanks onto the supports. Meanwhile, you could see eUnited was, as you're saying, playing a more defensive style, more balled up, waiting for the Winston shield